Hey guys, I'm back here with Dave. We've got an update on the MS261. We made a video on a little while back, and Dave's going to give you that update.
So Don, I actually just did a video about what happened to me and the parts that I ordered.
I saw that video, yeah.
Right. So I searched the internet far and wide. This is the piston and cylinder that I bought off of eBay. This is an MS261M, which is the M-tronic, what they call the slant fin cylinder. So this is the one I bought off of eBay, and I'll just go into some more detail on that. This is the one that came off the saw, and I actually just did the teardown video a few days back.
Okay, well, I'll put the link under the video for that or in the top right-hand screen.
That's perfect. So as you can see, nice and scored. I mean, it still had good compression because the rings are free.
Yeah.
But it's scored, obviously.
How's that cylinder, Dave?
How's the lighting there, Don? You see that?
Okay, let's have a look because it was hard to see inside there in the last video because we didn't have the jug off.
Yeah, pretty scored.
Yeah, and if I feel it, yeah, you can feel it.
Oh, you can feel the little grooves for sure.
A little bit, yeah.
And then
now you know what I was thinking, Dave? Like, you could maybe sand that and revive that saw.
Yeah, potentially. But when I bought that saw, I had the thought that I wanted it to be kind of like my overall forever saw.
I mean, because it's brand new.
It's brand new. I've got a couple other saws that I would sell. Yeah. And then just kind of go down to that saw as my overall saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fill us in here on the kit you bought. You said it's an OEM Stihl kit.
Yeah. So I bought it from a guy on eBay and advertised it as OEM new.
Okay.
And ran it only in the factory because he told me what he does basically is he buys these saws on from the dealer and then disassembles them and parts them out for a profit.
Parts, okay.
Right. So there's no doubt in my mind that this isn't a legitimate OEM piston and cylinder.
Yeah, it looks OEM. It's got the Stihl logo.
Right, and here's the other one, the one that came off the saw for the comparison.
Yeah.
Right, so they have all the same markings. It's all the same.
And the part numbers on there too.
Yeah. Now, where we ran into issues is when I had a peek inside and I looked at the piston.
So you bought this advertised as brand new.
Yes.
And it's pitted.
So you can see
we can see that.
Those holes in there.
Yeah.
And then the holes in the side. I'm not concerned about the condition of the outside of the piston. Obviously, if it was ran from the factory. Yeah. But these divots, super concerning to me. So I asked on my channel, I asked the viewers what they thought that was, and I had some very experienced machinists and parts makers tell me that this is poor casting.
Oh, okay.
So this is a casting at the end of a run or bad metals. And is that what
created the pitting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this has nothing to do with running the saw. This is a defect from the factory.
Here's something that the guy I called, that's my friend, he said that probably what you've gotten there is a factory reject.
Right, and that's pretty much exactly what was being echoed by the folks that said these were problematic.
Absolutely. So, this might run, you put it in the saw, it's OEM.
I'm sure it would.
It is brand new, but who wants to pay...
I paid $300.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Right, so $300 for what I was supposed to be getting to be an OEM new factory takeoff. So I was okay with a little bit of heat marks, a little bit of use, but having, visible divots and pitting before I even installed it was kind of problematic.
When you bought it, was that mentioned in the ad?
It was not. It was not mentioned, and
it was a bit deceitful.
Well, it was a bulk ad. He said he had a bunch of them, maybe he wasn't looking. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Right, but I'm sending it back, and I'm still on the hunt for a new OEM. And here's the other, Don, I'll show you this too.
Yep.
Usually you see some good cross hatching, but that to me looks like it's a little more worn than I'd like to see for a new cylinder.
Yeah, you shouldn't see too much of that in a new saw.
No.
That's for sure. Okay, Dave, I think I may have a saw to help you out, but there are some subtle differences. You looked at it when you got here today.
Yeah.
you can tell us that in the video here.
Okay, sounds good. So this is a 261C.
Yeah.
That you had, I'm sure, piled in one of your...
I did. I just found it last night.
In your shed. So there's a couple different versions of the 261C. This is the older version. It is still an M-tronic, as you can see with the wires here. But the new version of this saw, and I'm not sure exactly what the reason is. Someone said emissions, someone says more power.
Who knows? Let's put them side by side, Dave.
So they call this...
So here for the viewers to see the difference.
They call this the slant fin version. So if you ever hear someone say the MS261C slant fin, this is what they're talking about.
See the differences here in the fins?
Right. So from what I understand, you can adapt this older version to work on a newer saw, but it requires some trimming of the guard of the plastic cover.
Okay.
The piston is the same. It's still a 44 millimeter piston, 44.7 maybe. I can't recall exactly what it is, but it is not the same cylinder as the fins are oriented differently.
Yeah, that's quite a change there, Dave.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be so drastic.
So
what do you want to do, Dave? Do you want to because you can scavenge parts off of that if you want. I'll let you take what you need.
Right. It's a toss-up.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'd like to have a brand new OEM saw. So
I know what you mean.
There's some thought that because of COVID-19, there's a delay in getting parts from the factory.
Yeah, even chainsaws.
Right, exactly. So everything's kind of backed up. To buy this new from the dealer here in Canada, it's $400.
Wow, man, that's expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. So maybe I do take this piston and cylinder, clean it up.
Why don't you just grab my tools, take the jug off.
Cool.
We'll show the differences to the viewers between that one and the ones you have here.
Side by side.
And maybe you can get that saw going by mixing up the parts here.
And just maybe, and even if it's only for a temporary basis.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get the tools out. Okay, Dave, almost off, eh? And we'll clean that up after.
Oh, yeah.
How does that look? That looks pretty shiny.
Look at that cylinder.
Let me feel that.
Oh, there's no grooves, buddy.
Oh, that is smooth, Dave.
Wow. Well, maybe I can make this work. We'll see. What does this piston look like? Like nice and dirty in here. Good thing it's going for scrap.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so just...
That can be cleaned off, Dave, polished off.
That's just some heat. And the intake side's awesome. Dom, we might be onto something here. Yes, this saw was ran hot, for sure.
Yeah, it did overheat a bit.
Yeah, but that'll clean up nicely.
I've got a nice thing here with the die grinder pad, a buffing pad. It'll come clean.
Just like an emery pad, but on a die grinder kind of thing, or an emery.
Yeah, it's it's like a Scotch-Brite pad on it.
Ah, okay.
In my last video there, I showed that.
Nice.
Yeah. So, do you want to take the piston off?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good training for Dave, trying to get these steel clips off without the steel tool.
Or losing an eye. There we go.
Well, you got your glasses on, eh? Safety glasses?
Yep.
Good, that's good. It didn't go flying either.
Didn't. I'm learning.
I just take one pin off, one clip off. So a quick tip here, Dave, and everybody watching, is when you're taking the pin off, just do like Dave is doing right now. He's holding the piston, so you're not putting all the pressure on the crankshaft. There's the pin.
I'm going to flip this back up because I don't want to lose that needle bearing.
Perfect.
Nice.
That looks pretty good, Dave.
Looks really good.
I'm pretty impressed by what was in there, because this saw here has a lot of miles. Look at the dirt on there.
Yep.
You know what? This piston, Dave, looks pretty good even compared to the new one you got, the factory reject.
Oh, it looks better than the factory reject.
I mean, except for the side with the brown here.
Yeah, but I'd take that over the divots on the exhaust side. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the way an OEM steel piston should look, not this.
Exactly. Now, do you see part numbers inside there?
Yeah, 1141-000. Yep.
Okay, even though one's the first generation and that's the newer generation one.
Yep.
Here's the plan, Dave. Why don't you take that cylinder from the older 261, take it home with you, and the piston and rings, if you can sort it out, we'll do a follow-up after.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah, see if I can make it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you if you look here, there's some subtle differences. Some people say you need to trim here and there.
Yep.
I've got nothing to lose.
Do what you can do, Dave.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to do follow-ups on Dave's 261. We're going to keep you guys posted with that. Thanks for watching. Also, subscribe to Dave's channel and mine, and follow me on social media. All the links are below the video. Have a great day, guys.